Hi guys, this is going to be a video of my ILBE, obviously Marine Corps issued pack. This is kind of my oh shoot bag. Like, this is my survival bag, this is my camping bag, my bug out bag. So yeah, let's dive right in. Obviously it's a genuine Marine Corps issued ILBE. The top flap as well as the day bag. So let's do it. In the top flap, this is going to be stuff that I am going to need right away. Like immediately, right away. My admin pouch. In here I've got a map of my area, a flashlight with white, red, and ultraviolet, compasses, markers on the outside, a whistle, and then the Roger Rangers book. Super, super important. Also, Sharpies, not pens. I live in Minnesota, so it can get really cold or it can get really hot. This bag is my fire starting kit. In here, I really like redundancy and I don't want to be cold. So obviously fire is going to be really important to me. I've got waterproof matches. I've got several different lighters. In here I've also got a magnesium rod and a flint and steel basically. A little touch. I have some cannon fuse. And then also I have 2 of these mini road flares. But I've also got, I haven't really tried it, but I want to try this utility flame. I got it at Fleet Farm, so we'll try that here coming up. And here also I've got paracord. This, obviously I've got black and white, and this is 200 feet. 100 white, 100 black. Multiple reasons. Paracord is life. Not really. I've got some snacks from MREs, different things, pound cake, crackers, things of that nature. In here I've also got my water filtration system. This isn't my only water filtration, but I have I have the Sawyer mini filters. They're incredibly good. They're durable little bastards. I have 2 of them. They come in a kit with a plunger and a hose and then another bag, but I just took the 2 filters and the 2 bags. Great little systems. Together they weigh maybe a half a pound. So obviously, like I said, that's not my only water purification. I've also got a little cook stove. This little thing just folds out into that little guy. It's good. I mean, the fuel that it comes with weighs a little bit much, but I think it's worth it. My mess kit sits just right on there perfectly. So that's that. And then also in here, I've just got some zip ties. These also can be made into zip cuffs. They're not the strongest, so I wouldn't obviously put them on a 350-pound just beast of a man. But they do work. And then I've got my little foldable saw. And then for my shelter building, I've got my tent stakes. I have a hammock and a tarp system that I've almost perfected. Obviously, there's always room for improvement. But that's what's in the top flap. Shit that I need right away. Going to the rest of the bag, obviously, I have the day bag. I don't keep anything in here. I keep it flat, as compressible as possible. The reason behind that is I don't want to lug all this around. So I'm going to set up camp. I'm going to camouflage this somehow. I'm going to fill what I need in here. This flap, the top flap, also just sits right on there. These clips are compatible with one another. Be careful if you get the Gen 1 ILBE. This is the Generation 2. And the easiest way to tell is the buckles are tan, not black. Black signifies that it's the Generation 1, and the buckles will not be compatible with the Generation 2 day bag. So just a thing to watch out for. And then on top I've got my Camelback. And then the great thing about this is with my water purification system, I can just pull the Camelback, I guess, hose or nozzle off and shove this in there. So I can just fill my Camelback up with some dirty, nasty water, put this on there, and I got clean drinking water. So I've definitely got water covered. Water is really important to me. I'm a big dude. I sweat a lot. I'm drinking some right now, but just be careful. Be very, very careful. I've got a hatchet. This is the Norwegian Army issued model. I keep it in a, ironically, a wildland forest fighting FSS bag. Not what it's made for, but it works. You know, whatever. In the side pocket on this one, I've got a canteen. And the canteen is complete with a pouch. In each little side pouch, this one I have zip ties and some toilet paper. And then on this one, I have more toilet paper and a lighter. But in here, I've got just the regular USGI 2-quart canteen, the canteen cup, and then also I keep 2 MRE orange powder-based beverage. The orange kind specifically is my favorite. It tastes like Tang. And all this just tucks into that pouch. Like such. Moving on to the other side, I've got clipped into here, I've got the US M16 bayonet. My favorite part about this is that it acts as a bolt cutters as well. That's honestly mainly the only reason I have it. If I ever run into somebody who I need to trade something with or barter something with, this would be the first to go. It's heavy, and I'm not really going to use it that often. So that's that. And then in this pouch, I've got a Nalgene bottle with a carabiner. Always fasten your stuff. You don't want to be rolling around and then lose something that you need. And then in here, I've got 6 beverage-based powders as well. Just various fruit punch, grape, orange, whatever. And then I've also got a medical kit that's oriented for gunshot wounds. In here, there's some quick clot, there's a couple of Israeli bandages, and then there's wound packing material, gauze. So that's that, clearly marked with a cross. One thing I forgot to mention in the front, right here, I have a military-issued surface to air panel marker. Sometimes you want to be seen, sometimes you don't. Clipped onto the shoulder straps, I have 2 carabiners, rated for 2,600 pounds. They're not climbing carabiners, honestly I can't remember where I got them, but they're pretty good systems. Going into the main pack, obviously at the bottom, I forgot to mention, there's rope. But going into the main pack, we'll stay up. I have my sleep system. This is the 3-piece Army issued sleep system. I took out the green intermediate bag, so it's just the black medium bag and then the Gore-Tex bivy cover. Keeps it small. Warming up in Minnesota, I don't need all the warmth in the world. Though it is nice. Again, I mentioned it already, but I have a travel hammock. The only part that I don't like about this is that it's blue. Everything else freaking rocks. I got this surprisingly $20 at Walmart. You know what I mean? Always getting them deals. Sometimes it's easy to get a lot of military surplus stuff. Sometimes the civilian stuff just works a little bit better, but personal preference. And then this is a mossy oak tarp that I just fashioned on the ends with some paracord. And then this is what I hook to my tent stakes. There, or my design is that I'll take my hammock and kind of hang it, obviously the way a hammock would, and then run a line from end to end to put this over and make kind of like an A-frame shelter. You can look them up. There's several on YouTube that are phenomenal. They work, like I said. Moving on in here, I have trash bags. It is getting into the spring in Minnesota, so obviously wet weather is upon us. I've got tape. I've got a whole roll of duct tape, the good kind, and then I've also got half a roll of Gorilla Tape. With these two things, the sky's the freaking limit, honestly. Tucked in here, I've got a Schmog, OD green and black, multiple purposes, obviously you can imagine. And then I've also got a Gore-Tex top. I don't really like the bottoms. I've never had any that actually fit and are comfortable and maneuverable. But this is the British DPM Camo Desert. Awkwardly, desert works in Minnesota. Not all the time, but sometimes. I'm a really big fan of waterproofing and sub-bagging everything. So instead of just shoving a bunch of stuff in the bag by itself, you just got to shove a bunch of these little individual packs. This one has warm gloves and a warm hat. If I'm sleeping, obviously it does still get cold in Minnesota. So just more loose beverage-based powders. These are coffee and cocoa. The other ones were the Gatorade, like tropical punch and fruity tasting drinks. Close to the top as well, I have, well, you can't really see it, but it's the UST emergency food ration bars. 2,400 calories in the whole bar. Apple cinnamon, pretty good. And here is all sorts of stuff. Break this open. In here I have little odds and ends. I have slingshot rubber bands, and then the ball bearings. I've got flagging tape. I've got a knife sharpener. I've got extra batteries, AA and AAA. Pack the batteries that you have specifically to your gear. You'd think that would be common sense, but common sense just isn't. And then I've also got ibuprofen. As well in here, I've got 2 more of those mini flares, waterproofed and taped together. I then also got, I actually took 3 packs of Hall's cough drops and just jammed them into one, and that's what those are. Not only is it good to have some sort of, I guess, like flu prevention, they also are really good to just suck on and eat as candy. Sorry, my throat's a little hurt. Moving on into this. This bag is my amenities bag. This is what I have, the space I have given myself for comfort items. In this bag, there's 12 MRE heaters. And then in this bag, I probably don't need, and honestly I'm thinking of getting rid of, but it's just a little tin that I have waterproofed, wrapped tape around, and stuffed with things that I like. Hot beverage bag from MRE, headphones to listen to music at night, Jolly Ranchers, my favorite candy. There's chapstick, a deck of cards, and 16 tea pouches. I really, really, really like tea. That is my thing. That's what I really like. Moving on, again, I've got my dry skivvies bag. 4 pairs of underwear, 3 extra t-shirts, and 6 pairs of socks. Obviously, I don't need to explain that, but this is my bandana and gator neck. I obviously will be wearing a bandana or have it somewhere on me, just for protection or for whatever. Don't want to cut your jugular on a branch and bleed out. That would suck. This is my toiletries bag. I've got toothbrush, toothpaste, baby wipes, soap, comb, fingernail clippers, and then anti-chafing cream. You wouldn't think about it, but a lot of people chafe, and it sucks. It really, really sucks. That's that. Next up, I've got my USGI shovel. It is in the MOLLE case. I could put it anywhere on here. Don't really want to. Not going to need it that often. Shove it in the bottom of your bag. It is heavy, but if you need to, mess somebody up. Here I have food. I have food chopped up into two 2-quart canteen pouches. Basically, the theory behind that is if I need to give someone food, I can keep one for myself. So in here, also in the pouches, this one there's more toilet paper. Here is some more water purification. I got to move this because I don't want to accidentally, in the need, give this to somebody and then be like, well, shit, I don't have any clean drinking water. That's not going to be fun. So that's that one. And then in here, I got nothing in that one, surprisingly. And then this one I have credit card tape. This is 25 feet of that good quality duct tape wrapped around a credit card. Not my idea. I actually didn't even think of that until I saw Funky Prepper do it, and he is a YouTuber from the UK. Good idea, though. And then in here also is just the random stuff that I probably won't need. Electrical tape. I've got extra camping fuel. I've got a binocular, an extra pocket knife, a knife sharpener, and then 3 space blankets in case it just gets to be too much. That's pretty much it. And then at the very, very bottom, I have an extra tarp. Like I said in the beginning, this bag is kind of oriented for me to go at least a week, or for me and someone to go at a minimum of 4 days. So that's pretty much it. The ILBE is a great pack. I love it to death. It'll never fail you. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, I am definitely open for suggestions. There are a lot of smart people other than me around, so definitely leave your ideas in the comments below. That is pretty much it. See you later.